to this talk. So, today, guys, I wanted to talk about reframing failure as an important tool for spiritual growth. So, I'm just going to get right into it. So, failure is a dense vibrational energy. It clings like smoke, the smell, a dense essence entangles into the very fabric of one's life. So, being in a state of failure, it can mean having fallen short or that one has failed. But failure as an energetic state is not meant to be fixed, right? It's not a fixed state. Rather, it's an energy, it's a state of necessity, of necessary pause, reflection, reconfiguration, and ultimately, depending on your perspective, expansion. So, guys, there's a natural ebb and flow to this life experience. Lately I've really been considering the life experience itself as a separate entity. And so, we are beings, right? And we are experiencing this life, right? And so, as we experience life, we're experiencing our different seasons of life. So, there's seasons for planting, growing, harvesting, and also seasons of drought, dis-ease, heat waves, and frozen seasons where frostbite can occur if you're not prepared. So, how, guys, do you prepare for a season of failure? So, just to keep it real, I have failed many, many times in this life. I mean, from like falling off a bike when I was a kid to being a PhD dropout. I have failed at many things. And of course, all of the failed romantic relationships that I have navigated in this life experience. However, I haven't stayed long in these states. I've stayed long enough to lick my wounds and to get back up on my proverbial bicycle because I know today that failure as an energetic state is here to teach me, not to punish me. So, while preparing for this discussion, I've been thinking about failure as an energetic state of consciousness. I've also been thinking about the ways that I have failed and responded, the ways that I've observed others failing and their responses, and the projection of energetic failure onto others. That's like, oh, he's a failure, right? So putting that energy onto someone else. And so within all of these musings, I have really come to understand that there is huge power and great importance in this energy of failure. So, guys, as an energetic state, failure has much to teach us. God, source, great energy, what have you, redirects us when we are out of alignment with our core natural self. So, closed doors are redirections rather than rejections. Let me say that again. Closed doors are redirections rather than rejections. And guys, that's a real hard one, especially when you're in the midst of it. But let me just keep on going. So when we find ourselves, where am I from? I'm from Georgia. I'm from Georgia. I am a bona fide Georgia peach up in the house right now. Hey. Okay, guys. So let's get back to it. So anyway, so when we're in self, right? Rather than in divine flow. And you can think about this like self when you're in self and you're trying to push something, there's an energy of contraction, right? But when you're in divine flow, right, then you're flowing, it's expansion. But when we're in self and we're trying to push an outcome, 9 times out of 10, guys, it's going to fail. Okay. And it will eventually fall apart because that path, it just wasn't meant for us. And it's okay. So the falling apart portion of failure, it can take as long as you need it to take. It can take a lifetime. It can take multiple lifetimes, or it can take a single afternoon. It really is up to you. And so once you have gotten that, once the person, place, or thing has gotten to that fully fallen apart failure state, right? Then, and this is the beauty, guys, and this is where we can transform. Oh my God, it's so beautiful because the person, place, or thing that experiences the failure, quote unquote, aligns within that moment with the state of zero. Okay. And zero, according to Hindu beliefs and within a discussion of quantum physics, is the state where all possibilities lie. Now that is a good state to be in. And so this is a beautiful way to reframe your own state. If you find yourself in a state where failure is clinging to you, then know that you are actually in the best possible place. You are in the state of zero. Okay, so according to Hinduism, the zero state is represented by the Sanskrit concept of sonya, which is emptiness or the void. But rather than representing a dead emptiness, it actually symbolizes pure consciousness, guys, infinite potential, and the unmanifested state of the universe. Okay? And so, also in science, guys, science is finally catching up with, what people have called the woo woo and all that shit. But science has caught up to this principle. In quantum physics, it's called the 0 point field, or ZPF. And it is the foundational background of the universe in quantum field theory. So it basically describes the quantum vacuum. It's not an empty space, guys. The 0 point of existence is in a continuous fluctuation of all force and all matter, right? So again, going back to how the Hindus described it, it is the pure state of the universe. Man. And so if you find yourself in a free fall down to, I'm in this state of failure, basically it's your energy realigning, right? And so when we're out of alignment and we can't let go, the universe is going to force us, right? It's like you gotta either let go or you're gonna get freaking drugged, right? And so the universe forces us to let go and fail, right? We fall, we fail. But we do this in order for us to get back to that zero state of existence where everything is possible. And so, guys, if we can get the lessons, then we will begin to grow and build again in a more balanced and harmonious way. So, this is a solution-based discussion. So what do you do when you find yourself in this state of failure, in the 0 point field of existence? Well, I'm going to give you guys three practical ways to deal with it. Hey, okay, let's see what's going on. I don't know, Coco Drillo. Okay, we got some clowns. I hope that y'all are enjoying the talk and it resonates with you. And really, it's about reframing our ideas about whatever energetic states of existence we find ourselves in, right? Because, this 3D life reality is it's a temporary experience, right? And so as we come in and we're moving, we're navigating through, we're in our little shit, and we're navigating all our relationships to different people, places, and things. Man, sometimes we're gonna find ourselves bumping up against something that doesn't need to be. We might want to bump it up to a whole lot, and then bam, we find ourselves in this state of failure at the 0 point. So, what do we do? Well, we can use the 3 R's of kind of reframing. And so the first is to recognize and validate. So acknowledge your emotional responses, anything from frustration, disappointment, guilt, shame. But acknowledge these feelings without judgment, okay, guys? Because judgment will those feelings will stick to you if you're judging yourself while you're feeling them. So just let that shit flow through, man. I mean, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But again, like, energies are energy in motion. So all energy is supposed to flow, man. It's not supposed to stick, right? So we just have to feel that shit. You gotta feel that shit to heal that shit without suppressing, right? Because, suppressing the emotions, it leads to it coming out in, sideways ways. All kinds of funny shit can happen. So you don't want to do that. So the 3 R's: recognize. The second is reflect. And do this from a objective standpoint. So instead of reflecting and looking and judging and all of that, look at the failure, the event, as kind of like a data point, or like just a failed experiment, right? I mean, kind of like what's happening in this in this country, as above, right? As above, we are, America, like, we're like a 300-year-old experiment, right? Currently, right now, it looks like we're failing. Maybe we need to get back to the 0 point collectively, right? So we can begin to build again in a more egalitarian way. Okay, that's a bit to the side, but back to so below our individual self. So reflection. So reflect on what worked, what didn't work, how can I do things differently, and then you're going to reset. So that is just basically identify one thing within the day that you can do to put one foot in front of the other. Okay. The second thing that you can do is practice radical self compassion and self acceptance. So, guys, we are so freaking hard on ourselves. And so, instead of, if you're someone that has difficulty with negative self talk, you can begin to reframe and shift your internal dialogue by extending the exact same empathy to yourself that you would to your best friend. So when you're talking to yourself, pretend that you're talking to your best friend. I mean, whoever you talk to with the most compassion, your pet, maybe an elderly parent, I don't know, but just shift that energy, that internal dialogue. And so that you are treating yourself with that radical self compassion, right? And so It's all about separating your divine worth from this 3D experience, guys, because we are all beautiful, worthy, little unique freaking snowflakes here experiencing this life. And all of us are worthy just for being here. We don't have to do anything. We are worthy just for breathing, guys. Okay, so separate your divine worth from this 3D life experience, because the 3D life experience, it's fun. It's a freaking roller coaster ride, man. Up, down, all around. I mean, it's just part of it, right? So if we can break the link that means, like, you make a mistake, you fail, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that, what goes up must come down. It's a part of the seasons of this life. That's it. Um, and then also you can remind yourself of past successes, right? Because we all have seasons in life. And so, if you have a monumental, beautiful, epic fail, that means, man, that you dreamed big, right? And so go back into your life history and look at all those points where you were able to have beautiful successes, because we all do. We all do. And that can help you get out of this kind of catastrophe mindset, right? I mean, because it's easy to get into. It's real once, because again, the energy of failure is dense. It's a dense energy and it wants to cling to us, right? And so that kind of catastrophe mindset goes right along. Oh my God, I don't do anything right. Everything, why am I even alive? I mean, you can go from freaking 0 to 130 seconds in that kind of like downward spiral. So catch that shit quick. Catch that shit quick. Remind yourself, man, I am a beautiful human being. I'm a beautiful being having a human experience, right? And failure is part of it. You can also, guys, seek support and you know don't be afraid to ask for help or get feedback, right? Reach out to trustworthy friends. I mean, only keep your visions to yourself if people can't hold your energy. But, usually, I mean, at least one person in your environment can hold space for you. And also consider getting a mentor. I've had three different business mentors, and I have been in some form of therapy or, mental health therapy or guidance since I was in my single digits. So don't be afraid to ask for outside guidance if you need it. It actually is refreshing, encouraging, and it gives you new perspectives, guys, because sometimes, and I mean, everyone, we are operating from the level of consciousness where we're at, right? And so when we bump up against other people, they're operating from different consciousnesses. And so they can offer us different perspectives on the exact same situation, right? And so that's a part of it, guys. And so I just want everyone out there to remember that failure is a universal experience. All humans will experience this energetic state. So it's not about what happens, but how you respond. And that is what determines your growth, your resilience, and ultimately your happiness on this life journey. So, guys, that is my discussion today on failure. I am going to add to this talk. I had some more Definitely some more personal examples to it, but that's as far as I got for now. So just know that, basically when we're out of alignment and we can't let go, that God, Great Spirit, universe is gonna like make sure that we let go. But it's all so we can get back in balance to that harmonious state. Where all the beauty and the possibilities in this world reside. So, if you guys are, navigating any of these, you know, kind of denser energetic feelings, I'm sending you so much love and light and just beautiful blessings through the airwaves, through the ethers at you. And know, one, you're not alone, and two, that everything is temporary. The only constant in this life experience is change. So get the lessons, love yourself through it. Know that today, in this moment, everything is okay. Everything.